Good evening, survivors. This is your friendly neighborhood RaBIDNut coming from Zone 2 in Dino Wars. And, while I'm going to talk to you about some things, I'm going to go ahead and just kill monsters since it is monster killing stage. So I'm going to take me out a smack of 25, which is the highest beast we've got at the moment. I'm trying to get, I think I'm still number 1 overall. But I'm number 6 in this event, and I kind of wanted the diamonds. So I kind of want to go through a couple things with you guys. I know I've had a lot of people communicate with me and ask me about the labor equipment, and I've told these guys it's really a waste. It is a total waste of $35. Extremely wasteful to buy it. So the equivalent armor gives you 3.5 hours of. It's basically unlimited 3.5 hours. So if you have something that takes 21 days and 3.5 hours, you're going to be waiting 21 days for that. So, and some people say, oh, well, it's, they'll get better, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I think that eventually they will stagger the labor armor to a degree that, it will be possibly worth it. Another thing that I was ranting about in Discord was the fact that, okay, so here's the daily deals. As you can see, it's all beast stuff, and it's really, I think that the daily deals should be tailored to maybe possibly your needs. Maybe the size of your beast, and then I know that's probably a very extensive thing to do, and so on and so forth. But look at this stuff. Yes, I can use the beast serum. That would come in handy. But the things I really want are the plugins. And you're going to give me 250 Weapon Sight 1s. Okay, so, and I'll have to fuse that, and I'll have to, make that into a Weapon Core 2. And then I'll have to do, when you think about it, like, so, as you can see, a lot of my beasts are decently jacked up. Decently. I'm not saying I'm a beast, but I'm saying that I have put some effort into my beasts, and I kind of want to see some targeted packs. When I first started, they had all the HQ packs. And, when you hit a certain level, the HQ pack showed up, and you could buy up to like 5 of them within a 3-day period. And, they were targeted to what you needed. And then, like your HQ 18 packs, they were awesome. They had like 80,000 diamonds, and, they had everything you possibly needed to upgrade your stronghold, or HQ. My apologies. And, they kind of fell away after the 19 packs. And then, the 19 packs, they had like half the diamonds. And, they were very sad. Very sad. I was not very pleased with that. And I'm sure there was some extensive reason why they decided to do that. And, obviously they didn't go, oh, let's see what will bother RaBIDNut so he can make a video. I'm sure that was not like in a room, deep in like Fun Plus, like they had their fingers, let's see what we can do to agitate RaBIDNut until he can make a video and la-di-da. Or maybe that was their master plan. If so, successful. Cha-ching. Kind of some other things that I think need to be changed. I would love to be able to, to occupy a supermine and be able to attack a supermine at the same time. A little frustrating. I'm guessing that was intended to make it kind of more fair. The problem with that is if you got top 10 alliances. And I don't know if each zone, depending on how many alliances it has or how many actives or, if there's any forethought in this. But on your supermines, you have, you got your low ones, and you got your high ones. And you know, I at first I wasn't all that impressed with Supermines, but I'm kind of getting more impressed. I can't promise you this, but through some of my observations, I've noticed that the Supermines are getting a little more effective, which I'm pleased with. I'm very pleased with. I'll kind of show you the Supermine that we're currently occupying. So we're occupying the level 2. I'm guessing they call them in levels. I'm not really sure. There really is not a... All I know is that there is a 2 million power, a 5 million power, and 11 million power. And as of yet, we're not strong enough to hold to take 11 million power, but I'm hoping at some point we can. But I kind of wanted to show you something. So, something I wanted to show. Your tiers. So each tier, they have created some kind of formula that allows certain tiers with certain types to gather at a higher rate. Or let's say troop load. So your T7s, T7 Chargers have a so much higher troop load than your T8 Riders. I know, I'm shocked too. I was kind of playing around with it with my marches, and I've got quite a bit of troops, and so I just kind of quite a bit. I've got like 50 to 60,000 of my T7s and T8s, and then I've got like 30 to 40,000 of my T6s and T5s. Kind of my meat shield, as many of us call them. So definitely play around with that depending on your tiers. I'm not sure. I didn't go into it any deeper. Didn't delve into it any deeper. But kind of check out it. Kind of play with it with your Supermines. And something that a lot of players were asking me, and I'm not sure if it was said in the guides or not. A lot of smaller alliances are a little weary to leave troops gathering in the Supermine. Smaller alliances that are in zones that have what I call zone terrorists are fearful, to put a bunch of troops in there and to lose them if they're gathering. You go to sleep and you wake up at night all terrified and stuff. So I kind of wanted to clarify some things. So if you garrison a Supermine, so I'll kind of show you kind of a visualization. So if you got a Supermine right here. So if you decided, I can't obviously because I've got a March gathering, but if you decided to garrison your Supermine and you're attacked, you can lose wounded up until your hospital capacity, and then anything over your hospital capacity dies in the morgue. Okay. So, but if you are gathering, so let's say you take you attack a Supermine, and so once you get done attacking a Supermine, you recall that march, and you immediately go in as gathering. If you do that, your gathering troops are safe. All it will do is if the mine is seized, is the troops that you had gathering will go home. They'll go home, which could be a good strategy if you got castles unbubbled and you're attacking a hive and you've zeroed all the troops in the castle and you're feeling vengeful. It's totally a zone terrorist move, but it's a possibility. You attacked this hive, and so maybe they're not fighting back, or maybe they're all offline, or maybe they have their notifications turned off, and so you go over to their Supermine and you smack it, and so all those gathering troops, because that Supermine can hold the entire alliance troops. So if you figure 60,000, let's say a good 22's got 59, 40, 52 to 72 I think it's 77 without a talent boost plus a March boost. So they got somewhere around 70 and 77,000 troops sitting in that gathering. So if you it would be a strategy to hit that super mine and kind of to send those troops back so that they could be slaughtered by one of your teammates, which is a dastardly move. What I call a zone terrorist, and I really don't know why I even mentioned it, because I'll probably be used, and then I'll get a comment, why are you giving, terroristic strategy to other alliances and zones and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'll feel bad about it for a split second. But obviously, anybody, if I can think of it, somebody else can think of it, so la-di-da-di-da. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. This ridiculous stuff. I actually bought 4 pieces before I realized that the number right here is not minutes. It's not hours. It's seconds. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sure at some later date they will release a purple set and an orange set, and it'll go up. Like a friend of mine said on Discord, he was like, "Yeah, next time they'll make one, next one, and it'll come with like chips or something like that will increase it from 7 hours to 10, and they'll charge a god awful fortune." And it's like. He's like, no, nobody use that suggestion, on Discord, because, and I'm thinking, King's Group sitting up in their little ivory tower, go, I will implement this and take over my wallet or something. I don't know. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh, I want to say this. Diamonds. I know a lot of players know about this, but this is an awesome feature. So daily, so every day, between the time that you get your login rewards and from login rewards to login rewards, you get the option to buy 34,000 diamonds for $19.99. It's an awesome deal. It's actually more profitable than buying, I'll show you an example. So let's say I'm not really sure how else to access. Ooh, steel, and steel is not my friend. As if all of y'all have realized, steel is what gold used to be in this game. Making steel, and I'm maxed out to 19 on eco on research. I really haven't put my full force effort into it because it bores me. So let's say I had my research lab to 23 and I had my wall to 23 and I wanted to buy some resources. Look at this. No, not that. All right, look at this. For 500 diamonds, I can buy 10 million energy. Look at that shit. So let's say you take 34,000 diamonds and you cut that in half. So you got 17 or 16 and a half. No. Okay, it's around 17, between 17 and 18,000. I'm not going to do any of the math for you. That's basically, wow. That's 107 million resources for 34,000. It's dastardly. I'm telling you, it's dastardly. The only thing it's going to hold you back is diamonds. Can you buy gold? What about gold? I'm sure you can, but yeah. Oh, good lord. Yeah, for 10. Yeah. It would 10,000 will get you 1 million. It's not bad. It's not terrible. But I'd just rather buy the 99 packs and be done with it. Is there anything else I can say? As you can tell, my radar is very small because I really don't care. I really don't, because I have a feeling at some point it will be necessary. So for some reason it will bite me in the ass that I have my radar small. I'm sure there's somebody that'll comment about it. And I'm like, and I'll probably regret it later. I'll go to scout some. I don't know if it's like this in this game, but you're not telling me anything. So apparently with my I haven't really looked into this. So I have an 18 recon. So at a level, so what is a recon camo level? Does that mean that level 13s can't get an accurate scan of me? You know, level 13 radars can't get an active scan of me? And does that mean that I can't get an active scan out of anybody else? I'm sure at some point it'll bite me in the ass, and I'll go to scout somebody, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I can smash your face in," and I'll hit them, and then my face will be the one smashed, and I'll be devastated, and then I'll rebuild, or not. The choice is mine. You get to watch me hit another 25 beasts. That's just because I'm bored. You know, it might be easier. Just hit this button. I wish they'd come out with some bigger beasts, because these are way too easy. Why am I doing that? 69,000. Smack that. Smack that face. Smack that face. And I'm in a good mood, and I really don't know why. I'm bored out of my gizzard. If any of y'all know anything about Zone 2, we are in Zone Peace, which was kind of my idea. Because our zone was kind of, and is still dealing with this issue. Win is my alliance. Win the killers. We were the fucking killers, but then we all voted that we really didn't need the fucking in it. So this is the pitiful state of our zone. Dead, 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 dead. PLS had some people, but then I think we killed them. We made a lot of mistakes in our zone. I thought that Dino Wars was going to be as resilient as Koa, and our zone was not. And I kind of went on a spending spree and then a killing spree because that I was getting strong and I was wanting to test, and me and several others devastated the zone, and it never recovered. And which was about 55% my fault, and the fact that King's Group decided that they were going to make zone after zone, fill up zone after zone after zone without managing the zones they had, kind of to remove the players that were inactive, because we had a lot of players that just joined, never spent a dime, and then just they saw that we were so large and decided they were going to go to other zones, which if I hadn't spent so much so quickly, I mean, I went from SH1 to SH19 or 20 in about 2 weeks, which doesn't sound like a whole lot. Doesn't sound like very fast for a lot of the big spenders, but for me, I was just kind of went at it methodically. I went through research and walls and troop buildings, and kind of tried to do everything, keep everything at the same level as I went up. And then I noticed that we had armor, and I had cyber before you could actually get the cyber fragments. I just spent diamonds, which I kind of regret because I spent a lot of diamonds. These and in a lot of other zones, I'll kind of show you some stuff, some interesting stuff. Look at this guy. Now that's sexy. That's freaking sexy. I want to be that guy minus the squinty eyes, and from what I've heard, very, very, very racist. Which my squinty eyes comment kind of sounded racist too, but I apologize for that. I am jelly. I'm very jelly of him, as my daughter likes to say, jelly. Would love to be him. I've heard that his alliance is very racist against English players, and have kind of cleared the board on a lot of alliances. They've got a lot of big players, and obviously I'm only going from what I hear on Discord, but that, in my experience, that's a lot of the Chinese players. They kind of come in like locusts and just clear the board. They will not be fun playing against in zone versus zone. And this gentleman right here, he's a zone terrorist. For some reason, he was in EXT, and the top alliance was GHK, and by his words, they were enforcing some ridiculous rules, and he just went bananas, as Revenge likes to say, just went bananas, and just destroyed. From what I've been hearing and watching, he has been hitting this alliance for about a week, not letting them gather, and just hit any weakness he could find in the alliance. He exploits it. As you can see, there's nobody gathering. I'm guessing this is a sub of this alliance. And I asked one of the moderators if they could summon me a zone teleport, and maybe I could jump around and play with him. Like be his chew toy. Maybe give GHK a little bit of a break. How much power has he jumped up? He's still at 34 million. He was at 31 million last time I saw. He's got about 6.9 million kills. He's got about twice the amount of kills that I've got. But I'd like to play with him. I would obviously love if to kind of be a test case for Bully Patrol. Sponsored players who join zones and kind of keep those that like to have mischief, like this greased up deaf guy. What are these names? And kind of smack them around and kind of bring them to heel. That alliances can grow and not have this terroristic behavior. KE is one thing, but just containing a alliance's ability to grow for a week now. Because I was actually talking to Lith, who is a high-ranking member of this alliance, and she's they kind of have the top alliances all allies, but that Clown 26 is kind of messing things up. And I can definitely relate to not being able to gather. I've been in a couple of zones where we had people who do that, and I kind of had to go bananas on them and kind of try to help out when I could. She asked me if I got bored, and I said, yeah, it does, but the thought of starting over another level, blah, 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 and, all my family, the people I love, and, the zone as well. And she wants a board zone. It's always war here. People don't even gather anymore. It's sad. I Grease deaf guy, if you or somebody you know is a subscriber or watch this video, give it a break, bro. I realize that you have the power, and you have the. I don't know if you're one of these. See, I saw on Discord where a player was talking about that there were in Zone 5, which is the zone you're in, there were some players using modded PC versions of Dino Wars, and were able to just go bananas on buying packs, and it never hit their Google Play account. I kind of did some research into that, trying to see if there was anything out there, in the dark web that for this, and I didn't look that extensively. but I'm sure there's some Chinese players just, coding right now, or has coded something like that. Probably something that bypasses the Google Play, so that and maybe emulates the response from Google saying, "Hey, the payment was good. Give them their shit." I'm sure it's something like that, or it's just total BS. I don't know. You can't ever tell these days. I played a lot of MMORPGs, RuneScape Classic through the third, and they had a lot of issues back then of players actually entering code into their game that they could create items out of thin air without ever actually having to purchase them, or purchase whatever desired to get them. And that was done. And me myself in RuneScape, I did buy some gold from people, or buy items that, have a mod, or not a mod, but a bot that would collect all those items that you could run it all day, and then they could be sold en masse at the store to make gold, or whatever currency was at the time. I don't do it anymore. I was a kid, and in a few games I got banned. So guys, just play fair, be nice to your zone mates. If you got a disagreement with what they do, or because I know there's always the top alliances, kind of dictate some rules, and my zone has kind of made me the self-proclaimed king, as Medea likes to call me, kind of to keep the peace and kind of do some zone preservation and so on and so forth, and just be a decent dude. Back off of them. I mean, it's not that hard, and you can kind of do what you do without keeping others from doing things. I guess that's what I like to say. Alright guys, so the innate rambling is over with. So if you want to, subscribe, like, comment. What is going on here? What? Oh, hold on. I turned in. I'm curious to see what's happening. Apologies, I was gonna cut this video off, but what are you doing? It's already damaged. What are you doing? What are you doing? The poor guy's got some narcissistic tendencies. I'll give you that much. He talked like a decent dude, to me. But then again, we're not in the same zone, and I guess he didn't feel like I had wronged him. He's kind of flexing his muscle in this zone, so on and so forth. But he's just doing some BS stuff, I guess. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Alright, guys. So, subscribe, like, comment. I hope I'm keeping things interesting. I know this video I started off well, and then I started rambling, so get over it, under it, get a therapist, and get through it. But I love you anyway. Alright, guys. This is RaBIDNut's signing off, and I'm out. Survivors beware. And I hope to see you on the battlefield. Alright, guys.